And we are live with episode 27, new episode of Sourcewell with your boy Kojay and 44. How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm good, man. I wasn't just eating a chili burger. I'm totally ready for this.
It's all good. Needs sustenance. Blah.
But yeah, what is good, you man? I don't actually know if I can see the YouTube comments, but hey, fuck it. Maybe I can open another page.
Oh yeah, you'd have to open up another page for that. Or on the top part it says comments. Click that, and it should show the comments there.
The StreamYard comments connects to the YouTube comments.
Yeah. But if you want to comment on YouTube, you gotta be in the YouTube app. I learned that the hard way.
That's pretty slick. Okay.
Yeah. Gio and Pili learned that the hard way once when they were on some certain cast show that was opposite of weight.
Smooth reference, sir.
Smooth like sandpaper. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That's why they were all like, they didn't know what was going on in the chat, but the host was. I remember that day, and I was like, "That's so weird."
Most of the time, I never pay attention to the chat. Like the chat is more, I say it was a distraction, but you know, motherfuckers be saying all types of shit in all different types of chats, and
yeah, it all depends, I guess, how it's run or the goal. I don't know.
I was in sales chat today. You feel me? I was surprised.
Oh, I was gonna check that out. How was that?
I was surprised Sales was even putting my shit up there that much. Cause you feel me? I was just there just to fuck with them a little bit. I'm like, man, you motherfuckers be over there on Sales channel acting all boring and shit. Y'all don't be trying to have no fun with them at all. I'm like, come on, man, talk a little bit of shit. You know what I mean? Say you don't like something. Like, say you love something. Everyone's like, oh yeah, but it's not just Sales channel, of course. Sales cool. I'm talking about most geek channels. It's like, oh yeah, I would love to see that. That would be cool. That would be cool. That's what everyone. That would be cool. It's like not everything's cool, man. It's okay to say that. You know what I mean? Especially on the DC side of things, where people love to shit on the shit we like anyway and say it's not cool anyway. So
Yeah, man. You even heard me when I was on Film Guide. We was talking. I think it was DC Fandom, where they showed the trailer of Wonder Woman 84, and Film Guide asked me what it looked like, and I didn't want to say anything mean, but I had nothing to say nice, so I was struggling. I was like, it's hard. I can't do it. I tried.
Next question. I respect that too, because even sometimes you don't want to really, especially before things come out, you don't really want to go in on like, and I ain't gonna lie, you did go in on Wonder Woman 84 before it came out, like in doses. You feel me? I mean, we didn't really go in on it, but we definitely let it be known that we were not really feeling positive about how things were looking, how it might turn out.
Well, in a way, we don't need to. Everything we worried about came out to be true.
Yeah, that but still, you don't want to shit on things before they come out.
Exactly.
Other people might like, but now that it's out, it's safe to say, yeah, that shit was garbage.
Oh, case in point, the release of Snyder Cut book. I have not read it. I've only heard other people read it, but with books, I'm specific. I think you really need to read the book to have your own opinion, because books are super strong on narrative, and it's has a certain time consuming level of absorbing it.
It was more of a pamphlet, but
you heard it was what? Catholic?
I heard it was more of a pamphlet.
Oh, pamphlet. Yeah, that's a little. That's a fair criticism, because that's nothing like, this more like format. But I'm saying if it's good or bad, I mean, I think for books you definitely have to read them. If you're not interested, then just don't read it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read it. I think the thing with the release of Snyder Cut book is that, at least with this one, is that the author was just isn't quality. You feel me? Just isn't a good author behind this book, and it's fine that this book is coming out and it's going to do whatever it's going to do, whatever. But I think that a lot of people are realizing now what they should have realized before, that this is going to be a very sanitized, journo/blogger perspective of the release of Snyder Cut movement from that book. You feel me? Regardless of how you feel about from any stance or whatever, perspective that you feel like should have been taken or should have gotten light, or whichever people you feel like should have gotten praise over others or at all or none at all. But doesn't really matter. Regardless of any of that, you feel me? The shit is still was gonna like it like you might as well have just had John Campea write this book.
Oh,
That's pretty
oh,
what I'm kind of
oh.
trying to say. Like you could have replaced Sean O'Connell with any blogger that was willing to act fake for like a year and a half or so just to get a little bit, just to get enough info to write a book. You feel what I mean? And it may, get off well enough for where some people may enjoy it and everything, like, but that's
Now,
what I mean. It just is what this is not a book that you can say that's gonna have, the details or, the intimate, telling of people that like were actually actively in the movement for the 3 years that it was running, or someone, you feel me, that was maybe even just prominent, you feel what I mean, like I don't want to just like imagine if Fiona wrote a book or something. Clearly this book is not going to be equivalent to if Fiona wrote a book about
mm.
or even if you wrote a book. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
won't write a book. I probably
Yeah,
film a
it just is.
documentary.
So, like, I don't know if anybody expected it to be that, but if you did, I don't know why you expected
Well, we've
that.
been writing our book on social media, but also another thing back on Sean O'Connell, we did give him some love at some point, and we were like, "All right, we'll give you a chance."
Yeah, because there was a short stint of time where, you know, because before I even say this, you got to remember that in the beginning, early on, there was a time that we were going hard as fuck. You feel me? And there was a short period of time after that where we started eating up a little bit, and you feel me? But like, all right, we're gonna stop. You feel me? Going in on all these bloggers and everything so much because we was going in on them for like, I think close to 2 years, and I think that's really when
Mm,
Sean O'Connell really even started popping up around the time when everyone started just being a little bit nicer when it came to like, outside interaction. You feel me? But before that, like, like even if a dude like Sean would have tried, before that he would not have been able to get his way in. Because before that, it was just way too aggressive. If you want, like, it was anti-journal, anti-bloggers all day. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't even matter.
mm.
Like, it just is what it is. But that's how it was. So he found us in at a good time, and that's it. Like, and even now, you could even say that, motherfuckers don't be, going in on the journals and the bloggers as much as we used to, because it's like kind of kicking a dead horse at this point. You feel me? We done went in on him so much that even motherfuckers is back to going in on Sean O'Connell. So they don't put him back into the category of just another journal blogger. You feel me? So yeah, same old shit. Like,
Mm.
as far as the book, like, I'm not here to just do whatever the fuck you want. I can really care less anyway. I wasn't gonna buy it. I didn't need to buy it.
I
But,
mean, the way I see things, it's like, I see everything like you're in a comic book store. You have your selections, and those selections are free to be there. They're okay to be there. They did the work to get there. That's fine. But you yourself are free to pick what you want to select. DC Comics, am I going Marvel? Am I going to Image? Am I going to go Vertigo? Am I going to go Dark Horse and do some manga, Tokyo Pop? Am I going to do Independent? What's this? Da 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 da. Same thing with like anything that's entertainment based. It's like wax stuff could be there. You don't have to have the wax stuff, or stuff that you don't like is out there. You don't have to go there. It's like I feel like there's this weird stigma, and I don't think there needs to be this stigma, because comic books, films, comic books, the whole genre being geeks is accepted. It's like its own theme park. Like at one
nah,
point, I felt like some people felt like, oh, I like comic book films, so I have to see every single one, and they actually went to see all Marvel films, even though they're a DC fan, hating the Marvel films. Like,
but
I
yeah,
think they think that if they're a geek, then all geeks will love them. I
but
don't think that's the case.
the issue is that is kind of what you said, is that it's this kind of really this Western mentality that, you feel me, everything geek and pop culture is all at one bunch, and it's all just fucking one amusement park, and none of of this shit really has any difference. And hey, you can just walk up to over here and pick what you like and, you know, fucking walk away. And there's really no lines in between any of this stuff.
There's a lot of lines.
No, there really isn't any line in between any of this. It's not over in the West. It's the same reason why people still look at DC the same as Marvel, the same as Image, the same as, you feel me? It's the same reason why even when it comes to other genre stuff, they don't really put any lines between them. They just look at all like it's all geek shit anyway. I hate to say this to people, but
I see what you mean. Yeah.
It just isn't like that. You know what I mean? Other places in the world, like, you feel me? Like, it's like,
like the overall perspective.
Yeah, the overall perspective is
gotcha.
And then that's really the issue that's becoming, where everything is becoming homogenized into the same shit, because everybody expects it to be the same thing. It's like, you feel me? Because now it's becoming a thing where it's like, oh, they got the Marvel and the DC booth right next to each other, and then, you feel me? Marvel tastes sweet and DC tastes like sour, and then people is kind of like, oh man, why doesn't DC taste like Marvel? You know what I mean? Like, Marvel tastes so sweet, and then, this DC candy is all sour and everything. It'd be cool if this shit tasted like this, and I'm just gonna walk away and do it. And like you said, you can look at it like, oh yeah, people can just walk away, but the issue isn't just walking away. The issue is the fact that all this is all in the same amusement park anyway. DC needs its own little park for to go to, and so for a lot of other things. You feel what I mean?
Six Flags and Disneyland.
You can't once you start overlapping all this pop culture. Next thing you know, like, even like for me personally, it's like, why I didn't even really like Ready Player One, and I still have yet to watch it, and I probably won't ever watch it.
Same here. I have not seen that yet.
Because I don't like that whole concept of just, this fucking pop culture madness and everything just clashing around each other. And at the end, at the end of the movie, they just got all these fucking poppy ass fucking characters fighting and kicking and punching. It's like, all right, man, put a line between this shit. I'm not trying to indulge in all this, all this, wacky distraction culture just for the sake. That's just me, but.
No, I agree with you.
I feel like there's certain things with certain brands, they strive with focus, and when there isn't any focus, when it just becomes crash grab bullshit, then that's when everything starts becoming low quality. But that's just me.
No, that's me too, man. Because they need their own worlds. They need their own style. It's like if you mix all styles in one style, it'll have pieces of this and there, but as a style itself, it feels like it would be like nothing, because it's all over the place.
Speaking of that, did you see that whole thing with fucking, they think they came out on Entertainment Weekly or something, whatever it was. They pretty much just admitted that the fucking Marvel Studios would be making all the movies through previs before they even hire directors or writers or anything, or actors or anything.
I have actually heard that a while ago.
Yeah. I've heard it too, but
it's interesting. It's coming out now again.
Mm-hmm. They're like bragging about it now.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Oh man, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird, dude. It's like you could tell that they do it that way.
That's what I mean with that, where it's like Marvel can do that, but there needs to be a line between a lot of this stuff where, like, boom, perfect example for me is that if you want to use even the cinematic universe and all that,
okay,
people write off the cinematic universe and think it's so great and think that every film and every franchise has to be some cinematic universe. All right, fine, cool. But does every cinematic universe have to be implemented in the same way?
No.
And that's you see where the issues already beginning already with that, is that there has to be enough of a line between a lot of this stuff, whereas that Marvel can do its own thing, do its cinematic universe thing its own way, and motherfuckers can accept that and move on to the next thing. Let's say let's just use a monster universe or some shit, like, because they tried that and failed. And let's say they can do a monster universe, do it in their own way, whichever way they choose to establish it. People can fucking see that line in between Marvel, in between this new Dracula and Frankenstein universe that they're making, and see like, oh yeah, they're doing something different. It's not like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then go on to the next thing. May it be, let's say, DC, and they can see, even with the Snyderverse, obviously we know that they were also doing things a different way. And people can see that, like, all right, they're not doing things the same way as this, and it's fucking okay. And like, it's not all in this one big fucking pot where everything has to be fucking pumped out the same way. So I can accept it and, take it in and all that bullshit. You know how the sheep be coming, everything has to be watered down and, you feel me, presented to me, and you feel what I mean, in a very safe package.
Safe package.
Like, as a person, like, I'm not really, I'm not a person that's against or is going to be sitting here fighting against Hollywood milking people for their money out of all these fucking franchise flicks that most of them aren't necessary. It just is what it is at this point. It's not going to stop. But it's like the thing. But I will say that it's like, this whole thing where, like, if they're gonna do this, y'all should at least do it in an original way, and people are not even letting them doing that. It's just like, what are you really gonna? It seems it's really gotten to a point where it's gonna be plus with how critics act. You feel me? And how stands act and everything has already gotten to a point where I guarantee you a lot of the new films that are going to start dropping are just going to be whack, bro. And I mean outside of high concept films too, because in the space we focus on DC films, a lot of high concept films of that nature. You feel what I mean? That are kind of similar to those. But you already see the quality of those dropping. You feel me? But I feel like the quality of other films, even outside of that, and even other genres, are just going to start spiking. They're going to start nosediving, I should say. Actually, it's going to be a nose.
I wonder if that's a goal. They just want to switch genres.
No, I just think it's a
cash grab.
I just think I can't really say what it is, but I just think it's a
Neither
thing
can I.
That's definitely apparent. Yeah. I just don't see I just see the quality of film overall, the industry dropping overall because of this. But either way, let's talk about some Snyder Cut shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, we've gotten a lot of treats in the last 2 weeks.
Treats.
Yeah, shit. We got posts again, man.
Yeah, what happened?
What did we got? What Snyder with Batman nightmare sequence walking down the hall. We got Joker holding up a card. I'm all talking in terms of our last episode. A lot has happened since that one.
I seen it.
Yeah, it's cool. And then we have like a picture of like Fabian Wagner, the opening credits, and Bruce Wayne is in the snow on his horse. And then Wonder Woman walking into the tomb, and then he's got like hashtag Snyder Cut across that one. And then we got the 3 posters that is on our thumbnail of the release date 3/18 on HBO Max and theaters. I hope they open up here so I can see it, and then all that. So I think that's everything that happened between last episode and this, post-wise from Snyder.
No, I don't think it's soon enough. I'm feeling ungrateful.
You're feeling ungrateful?
I'm feeling ungrateful, man.
It's okay. I feel it too. I'd rather this shit come out 2/14.
Yeah.
And if that is correct, that's like in a few days, less than a week. No, it's about a week away. If it was 2/14, imagine if it was a week away.
I would have been good with March 11th.
March 11th.
What is that? Strong Arm Flick just popped up. Kojay?
Oh, it is Strong Arm Flicks. What's up, man? How you doing? Should we invite him to the show, or what do you think?
Hey, if he wants to, I can. Why not?
We're doing a screening process, by the way. Not anyone can get on. We gotta know you, and we gotta make sure the pickle stays inside the pants.
Hey, man. Motherfuckers doing these weirdo shits nowadays on these streets, man.
That is true.
But yeah, this one's kind of slow. What before we kind of put a little bit of notice out. Well,
and
anybody wants to stop by, just chop it up or whatever.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
A little bit so. But either way, I thought the new posters were fire and shit.
Oh god, yeah. I forgot the names of them, honestly.
I think it was Risen, Fallen, and Reborn.
Yeah.
Kojay, you getting old, man.
I am. It's counting, bro. I'm getting more gray hairs now. My mustache. I was like, dang, that used to be all slick black. Dang it.
So you
Shit
talk about
hurts.
more gray hairs. Your whole, I'm pretty sure. Last time I seen your at least your goatee. That it was majority gray. I don't know if you're lying.
No, I'm
I'm
desperately
sorry to
counting
break
and
it to
holding
you,
on to
sir.
the black hairs, man. I'm
I'm
like,
sorry to break it to you, sir, but I think you're in your winter years.
hey, don't know me. I break it to me in the morning every time I wake up, man. I'm like,
I think
fuck.
I think it's time for you to start buying some just for men, sir.
Actually, I did. That shit is itchy. It's like itchy for like 2 days after you use it, and you look good for 6, and then you have to do it all over again. So really, you have 4 days of happiness. That's not worth like $20 to me.
Hey
Sorry,
man,
just for men.
you gotta rock with it, man. Bitches like that shit anyway.
Hey, you know what? I have a lot of gray beard. I got a lot of white hair. It's everywhere.
These ladies is always stepping out on us young dudes for some older dude with some gray hair.
All right, that's good. Noted.
You keep your hopes up, man.
Hey, see, that's what I talk to you. Lift me up, bro.
But yeah, don't be running out here doing nothing stupid like marrying some 18-year-old.
No,
Find
I
yourself
think
a nice 37-year-old chick.
no. No, the youngest I'll go is probably like what, 36, maybe 34. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. Yeah, the posters were interesting. It kind of make you feel that maybe there might be more posters, or even with that, if there isn't, I thought it was kind of interesting that there were no characters on the posters, but
Yeah, that was interesting. Um, because
I
everything on
was
it was
thinking that
related to.
maybe they couldn't do like maybe they're holding on to a new character or ensemble poster, or maybe they couldn't do like a new character poster to that extent.
I
So
don't
they
know.
would.
It's weird. For Snark, I feel like there's no need for that. I feel it's like all symbols. What do you think?
Uh, I wouldn't say there's no need. There's always a need and a want.
Well, I'm sold on the Ramesh De Silva one. He did one that looked like a Blu-ray cover. That one was awesome. One with Dark Side on the side, and there's all this fire, and everyone's scattered around. It almost looked like an old school cover of Enter the Dragon or old school Star Wars covers, where it's like this drawn collage, placement, where it kind of looks like the cover of a comic book. You know how some comic books are like either it's like a photo shoot type of shot of the character, or it's like a scene in the comic book going crazy, or it's just some kind of poster where it's like some collage, and the face is on the right and it's huge as hell, and then these other people are super small on the bottom running from something. Like, I can see that kind of poster for it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because I was thinking only because the JL merch that came out during the 2017 film was kind of trash.
Yeah, they Batman never looks so blue when he's
So
seen black in the film.
yeah, I was hoping that I am hoping that they release more promotional images that'll kind of like wipe that away.
Yeah, not just that, but they had this whack ass weird thing with Flash, and I kept arguing with someone. Someone said that they're. Oh, I want to
Like
see if
the
I can
thing
find
is,
it.
like none of it's really good because you can even tell with the promotional images when they started dropping close to release that they even phoned in the promotional stuff, like because for
Mm-hmm.
one thing, they started showing Superman on the promotional stuff early after Snyder left, when they were saying that they weren't even supposed to be doing that. And you can tell with a lot of the posters, and like you said, they use a lot of blue. That you can tell that they just like superimposed images, like they had like probably like stock images or kind of just promotional images of the characters in the league together on certain like banners and things of that. You can kind of tell that they weren't even supposed to be like they just got some stock images and put them together. Like, oh yeah, the Justice League. And the only real poster that was like, in my eyes, that was kind of like official, like some shit that they actually like planned out doing, that probably was something from leftover from when Snyder was still around was, you know, the Alex Ross poster, the Alex Ross inspired poster. You know, other than that, you know, like all of it's pretty booty. You feel me? If you ask me, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I get, you know, they just want to take those images and make them black and white and whatever is whatever. I guess, you know, but it'll be interesting to see what they do within the next few weeks. But at the same time, Snyder did release hella images from the film anyway, so it's like fuck it.
Yeah.
No. Those
We
could
have
be
like we have a lot of images from. It's kind of weird. I kind of want to put the images in order or order that I think they happen, and just put music behind them. It feels like we'll get like a chronological scene order trailer kind of deal. That's not what I want to show. Dang it.
But yeah, the posters was fly though, for the most part. It'll definitely be interesting to see what other images they release in between then and now. The T-shirts, I was thinking about copping one or two maybe,
Oh
possibly.
hell yeah! I ordered some with me and Hamad because they don't they don't ship over there or sell over there, so I'm gonna mail him those. So I was like, hey, since we're kind of sharing the shipping, so why not?
But even with those, like, I'm about to get on my hater shit, man, because I'm like, all right, I'll say this: the Steppenwolf one was good. The one with Steppenwolf, just him on it, and the
Yeah,
Black
I
suit.
only got two. I want to see if it's the
All
ones
right,
you're.
that dark side shirt, both of them. I don't care what no one says. It's whack.
I got the dark side one.
Those two dark side shirts, they just don't like. But it's not their fault. It's not dark side or anything. It's just that personally, I just never really felt like DC shop had good shirts. Like, you feel me? I never felt like they designs were fly, and I don't know. For me personally, it just seems like they just slapped dark side on there and some. Like, well, it'll be interesting to see if that pose is actually in the movie. You feel me? But you know, I even feel like
See, dark side is weird because I'm like, that's the reveal, a T-shirt. Is that really how he looks?
it's not even about the reveal because you know that's not really a big deal. They do the same thing with toys and other things of that
You know,
nature.
you're right. You're right. Like
So
Lex's
like,
power suit in
I just don't
BVS.
like the fucking shirt. It's just like I just don't think like it's like I don't like I like even the pose that they gave him. I don't think that was a good pose.
It's like a loading screen when you're
Yeah,
selecting your character.
it might be better. It might look better in the film for sure, but I don't think it looks good on the shirt. I don't like the you know how do I say the art style of how how they presented it because I feel like when it's actually you see it and come to life it's gonna look totally different clearly, but how it's like put on the shirt is like I just don't like the look. Plus the one with Tim with the JL head with his head and then the JL's underneath it, it's just really just a close up of the same image, just with the Justice League underneath it. And they did the same thing with the Steppenwolf one. I don't really like that one either, but they had Steppenwolf's head with a JL underneath it. But I don't know, that one looks kind of better because it's just like Steppenwolf just looks more sinister in that one, whereas in the Dark Side one, he doesn't even really look kind of sinister. It kind of just looks like he's just standing there looking like.
It's like he got outside on his porch and he's just looking at his backyard. He's like, you know what? I think the vase needs to be a little bit to the right. Granny goodness, can you fix that shit, please, or I'll kill you. That's what he looks like he's doing.
Yeah. So, but the Superman shirt is fly though.
Oh yeah, that one's nice.
I actually did think it was fly. I think it, I would say I actually liked how Superman looked on it. I'm like, oh wow, if Superman kind of, because I'll admit this too that I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm not sold, but I would have preferred more of a classic look for Black Suit Superman. You feel me? What's good, Mike?
Hey, what up, Mike? How you doing, bro?
I would have preferred more of a classic look for Black Suit Superman, like maybe without the cape and the beard, obviously, I would have even liked, more if they could have even possibly linked into how do I say the Justice League Unlimited stuff or the Timverse stuff and kind of put the silver plates on them and everything to kind of give it more of a standout appeal. I think that they may have done that in the comics as well. It's hard. A lot of this stuff gets mixed up, over time.
I think they did, and then they changed it to like gold looking.
Yeah, because I think originally they had this silver plates, and then they went all black when they did like a reboot of the same story of the death of Superman. I don't know, but either way, like I said, I would have liked maybe if we had some like a few of the silver plates like on the shoulders or something. Drop the flag, drop the cape. But at the same time, like I was saying, with what I've seen of him in the shirt, on the shirt, and from the clips of where you see the gray cape, I really like the charcoal cape. So I feel like how he looks on the shirt, plus with how the charcoal cape looks, like you might have like something like a really good and new like take on the black suit Superman, and without having to go with the whole mullet beard thing, even though the beard probably still could have worked. But, like the shirt is pretty good. You know what I mean? And, if he's presented like that in the film, then I think we might have something good on our hand,
I think so. It has to be because, I mean, we have the, black suit Superman that we know represented on the shirt. The Steppenwolf that we're getting that we know is on the shirt. So then you look at Darkseid and it's like, all right, that's the one we will know is on the shirt.
Yeah. I still don't like that Darkseid shirt though.
Yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean.
But I do like that the design. I do like that they're going with the old school look, like a more of a updated modern take of the old school look, like because I personally fucking hate like the armored out fucking Darkseid. You feel me? I hate that shit so much. It's like I'm not like so against it, whereas it'll kill my vibe if I see him like that. Like it's like whatever. But like I hate the armored head to toe Darkseid. I always like, you feel what I mean, the tunic Darkseid better. You feel me? That's what I like to call him when he wears the tunic and the
like with that sash in front, like Mortal Kombat style, right?
Yeah, like the old school look, really. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You can call it a skirt, really, but he wears like a kind of a tunic type
outfit.
No,
it's like a cross between Gladiator and a Mortal Kombat warrior, really.
Yeah, it's not really exactly. I think that design has more of a conqueror's feel. You feel what I mean?
I like a classic warrior feel.
Yeah, it has more of an alien vibe to me personally. You feel what I mean? Like, because when
I didn't like him in the booty shorts.
Like, if you think about it, like all these heroes are all head to toe in tights and armor and all this shit. You feel what I mean? And Darkseid kind of wears like a more like free moving, accessible outfit. Like, you feel me? He'll fuck you up too. You feel me? Like,
oh hell yeah.
So it's kind of against even with Thanos and all that, because they already did Thanos, and even when it came to Thanos in the MCU, you can even say they bit off Darkseid from the comics more so than they even took from Thanos in the Marvel comics. Like, yeah, they took it, they did his color scheme for sure, but
his build, his look, they just adjusted the height and width.
Yeah, I even seen a lot of Marvel fans even say that, you feel me, the Thanos armor, you feel me, that they like all pretty much from Infinity War and Endgame, like the Thanos armor was way more reminiscent of the Darkseid armor, especially like the New 52 and the Rebirth armor, and more of the modern armors that they put Darkseid in and the full body.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanos raided, Darkseid's closet in New 52, and he ran to the MCU. He's like, "Okay, I'm ready. I know you made a few films without me, but I got the outfit." Oh,
yeah, because
that's how I saw it. Multiverse.
Not to knock it or anyways, it is what it is, because Thanos and Darkseid, especially in the modern times in the comics, kind of have they've taken some liberties with Darkseid depictions recently, but they kind of always had similar armors for a while now. So it's whatever. But I do like that they're not going with that with Darkseid, and I hope that hopefully that's not just a thing for the shirt, because
Mm.
you know I didn't see too many people. I don't think too many people want to make a comment on it just yet until they're able to see it in action. But I think it was clearly the better choice, and yeah, obviously fan service, nostalgia, you know, yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking like what color it might be. Maybe he might be wearing all black. Maybe even they might have like a bluish purplish tint over his armor or something. But
Mm.
it'll be even interesting to see like what color he ends up being. It might even be like a bluish. Like that would be sick. Like you feel what I mean? Like imagine how it looks now, and then in the film in the color maybe they have he has like a fucking like kind of like crazy weird like because Darkseid's armor like this crazy weird like what is it called like teal or some shit. It's like this weird like kind of grayish bluish like you
He's
feel
got
me
like a
color to it.
kind of rustic
Sometimes it's like a dark blue.
metal blue kind of
Yeah.
color.
So
And
it'll be interesting to see the tone and the color they go with. Because if it's like this kind of like darkish, but like you feel me, darkish blue that has like a bright tint to it or something, like that shit could look fly.
yeah, I was picturing right now. It's
But
like, dang, I want one.
it could also be like a jet black or something. You never know. You feel me?
I
Like,
kind of want jet black, honestly.
but yeah,
Or
then that's where I mean with the shirt. I don't really want to go based off just because I don't like the shirt that Darkseid himself, the look that they have for him. Because I just don't like the image. You feel what I mean? I just don't think that it was the how way the image looks on the shirt plus the color scheme. I just like they could have came up with a better design for the shirt.
no, I know what you mean because um, like in my video game, I make all the Sniper Fighter characters, right? So I pose them to take a picture, and some poses, some angles, it just looks doesn't work. That just sucks. And I feel that shot for Darkseid is like that. It's like,
Yeah,
I just like it because it's Darkseid, baby. But I see what you're saying. The pose could have been, I don't know, the design, not pose. Like, because when you look at the shirt, it's not just the angle of the character that you recognize, it's like the format, the presentation. And I think it's more of a design issue that you're having that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
the character is dope. The character as they are is sick. Just for the shirt, that little picture they got, not so much.
yeah. I'm not gonna get it, so it's like
No, it's interesting critique. I like it because I could see it. It makes
like
sense.
too much. I don't know if other people like it. If other people like, I don't want to hurt their feelings and shit.
Well, you're not wearing their shirts and they're not wearing yours, so it should be all right.
So yeah. Like,
Uh,
I do think it's kind of like, and I wonder how many shirts they're gonna actually end up releasing anyway. But I think they they still have a lot. They still have a lot to say about this shit, really.
mm. In fact, I got my shirts in the mail today. I just haven't opened them yet. Busy.
Because even with the theatrical release, how is that gonna go?
I don't even know, man, and I'm kind of giving up on it because theaters are closed where I'm at in Cali.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, I am. I'm all like, do I really want to drive to Texas? Because if I drive to Dallas or wherever,
That's how far you got to fucking drive.
I think that's the closest one where theaters open. I don't know if they're open in Vegas. If it's Vegas, that's no problem. Let me look. But yeah, even to Vegas, man, that's going to cost me one watching of Snyder Cut. Do I really want to do that to myself?
Wow. Yeah, that shit's done up, man.
I know, right? Because I could sacrifice like 30 minutes to drive to a theater, no problem. But anything more than that, I don't think so. Vegas IMAX theaters.
I think theaters are still open where I'm at, New Jersey. So
Yeah, you got them open, right?
But gotta have faith because there is talk of them trying to open up more theaters in March.
There's an AMC in Vegas. It looks like, so I could do that. They have one showing in IMAX. Wow.
Yeah, they play it in IMAX. Even if I gotta drive and have it out, I'll go check it out.
Nomadland is playing in IMAX in Vegas right now. 2 showings. Oh yeah, it is kind of late. All right, so then here I'll go to Vegas, hit up Simtar, and see if you want to watch the Snark Cut in IMAX. If that's the case, I'll drive there that day. I took a week off of work. It's gonna
How
happen.
far is Vegas from you?
Without traffic, it's a solid 3 hours, 3.5.
Now what? Centaur live in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That does not. For some reason, it doesn't even fit in my head.
He's a total Cali guy, huh? Or
Not
I don't
even.
know.
I did not expect a guy like him to be living in Sin City.
Oh, I see what you mean. See, I'm kind of used to it because there's a lot of people I know that move to Vegas because it's more affordable. Cali is ridiculous, man. It's crazy. You have to make all these sacrifices sometimes because it's just like it's way too expensive out here.
Yeah, that's why nobody
That's
goes
why
out.
that's why I'm at where I am, where people are like, well, if you ask some people like me, I'll be like, the area is nice, yes. Certain other people of closer into Orange County and Anaheim Hills, they'll say, you're in the ghettos. I'm like, I think it's a little too harsh, but it's that kind of thing. But it's cheaper, and I have to deal with the traffic because it's crazy. And then some
Cali,
people they just go from here to Vegas and they're like, oh man, this is great because it's like
Cali,
3 times better.
that you're in the ghettos. You're low key living in the fucking suburbs, and they're saying that you live in the fucking ghetto. Jesus Christ.
No, I think it's fine. Or I don't know. See, I can't tell. It's just a cool
Talk
place.
about being bougie.
It's not bougie. I'm confused.
That is bougie. How they telling you that you live in the ghetto? You live in the. From what you told me, you live in the fucking suburbs, man. Sorry, bro. Sorry to break.
No, I'm in Corona.
Sorry to break your heart and tell you that you're not living the boys in the hood life that you thought you
Oh,
were.
no, I'm not living that either. No, I'm not living that. I'm not saying that. I'm not in denial. Wait, I'm just here.
No, yeah, I'm saying that I think it's funny that the rich people where you're at and say where you live is the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
ghetto.
that's what they're saying, and I think
That's
that's a
like,
little bougie of them.
it's like what the fuck? That's kind of I don't know. Even fucking even rich people out here wouldn't say that.
Welcome to Cali.
Rich people out here know the suburbs, yeah, the suburbs. They don't be coming crazy like that. They be in the burbs talking this shit's together. Like nigga, this is clearly middle class over there. Cut it out. Stop trying to play us out like
That's what I'm saying. Just middle. Well, you got the bougie people on that side, mostly Snyder haters anyway, so whatever.
yeah. But that shit is kind of weird anyway, because Cali acts like that. Cali acts like they're like the opinion on film stops and ends in California. You really don't.
Exactly. I will agree to that. That's true. No, and also it's weird because the majority of people I get along with are in Cali, but are from somewhere else, like out of state or out of country. I do get along more with those people, but not to say that a lot of Cali people out here are like all the same weird way. But I haven't met everybody.
No
I have
offense, but
noticed that trait. I do get along with people a little bit from elsewhere
it seems
who
like
have to be
people.
here.
It seems like people in Cali, as far as when it comes to like the film side of things, or even like the music or just famous side of thing. Anyway,
Yeah, I just know the film side.
they always just rock with the mainstream most popular person, like if only in California or if only in Hollywood every
Ugh.
time. It's
No, I think you're right, man.
maybe it's a state thing or whatever, but it kind of just seems like it makes sense that Hollywood or like Cali don't really like Zack Snyder like that because Zack Snyder is like more of a not his main base don't really seem like it's in Cali. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
he's not living that kind of Dwayne Johnson lifestyle or something.
but obviously other filmmakers that are gassed up and really cool in California, they'll make it seem like they're the coolest motherfuckers and the most lit motherfuckers, out right now, and it's really like niggas don't even fuck with them like that. It's just it is like even like all right. I'm not like I said, I'm not even gonna say start naming filmmakers and all that. But
No, there is a bouginess, and I don't get along with those people. That's why I guess I hang out with where I do too. Even the rock scene, I was always with the goth punk people. Definitely not mainstream at all, but it was way more chill, and I don't know, the music felt like it came from somewhere.
He was a goth kid.
No, I still hang out with like the dark wave or death rock.
The dark wave. Whoa. What is this?
What like a
Dark
good
Lord
band is Pink Turns Blue, Scarlet Remains.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Kojay, man.
What's up?
The army of 9 races died for the world that you neglect. You feel me? All right.
It's just music, dog. It's just music.
The army of 9 races died for the world that you neglect, man. You better get it together, man. Get it together, man. You feel me? Magic saved you before, and it'll save you again.
Magic. Oh, that's crazy.
You better get on the right side, man.
No, I'm on the right side, man.
But yeah, I fuck with it though. Why not, man? Gotta nothing wrong with being counterculture.
It's just I don't know. For me, anything that sounds close or a hint of the '80s with a little bit of rebellious nature, I'm like, yeah, I'm for it. Cause I'm old.
But let's be honest, you was really chasing those big titty goth girls. Let's be G.
They were kind of a little petite, but yes.
I got you.
A little bit more petite, but yes, that's true. They gorgeous, man. Shit.
We all know what the real scheme is when it comes to getting down with the guys.
Hey, that's what art's about, man. That's all everything's about. It's all about that love.
You're only into the pain and the darkness until you get yourself that big titty god girl. And you about it that seed.
Nah, it's chill. A large majority of them are DC fans, so the ones I've been with, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, because of course, because they be on that Raven Constantine. You feel
no, but like Gotham the show.
What's that one girl's name?
The Tim Burton Batmans are always rocking it. They're always like emulating Selena Catwoman.
What's that? Michelle Pfeiffer played her.
Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
Exactly. I know, man. I know. Trust me,
hey, it's cool. Hey, they got nothing but love for Zack Snyder films, though. So hell yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I know,
man. Oh yeah. That's patent. Yeah. It's like if that's not better than Princess Bride for them, then it's like, oh, you're not legit.
Yeah, man. I dig it. It's not my thing though, but I dig
it. It's all good.
The guys.
So it's pretty much that in pro wrestling. Leisure way.
Yeah.
Nigeria.
I think you might have to drop the guys thing because at this point there ain't no way you're getting out of pro wrestling.
No, pretty much it's just pro wrestling now. I'm old. I only have time for one lifestyle, and that is expiring as well.
What's expiring?
Lifestyles, man. I'm so busy.
Yeah, you're an adult, man. Responsibilities.
Yeah, man, happens.
It can't be going around all the time, spending all your days at wrestling arenas.
No, I can't. Well, especially now, but yeah, because it's trippy. It's like I'm converting video, doing something, and then I need all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm changing diapers. What? It just happens. It's real shit though. Real shit.
You see the Joker image?
Yeah, we mentioned that. It looks like he's flipping off the camera. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, yeah. I think everything about it is cool. Say no.
Also, the face to me, bro, looks mutilated. I have a feeling, just from that mutilated face, my imagination started thinking like, oh, what if he ran into a bunch of parademons and they fucked him up, and he's like got a personal vendetta against Darkseid because low key Joker felt fear for the first time, and he hates that, so he joins the Nightmare Justice League after Batman like finds him in some like hallway locked up somewhere. That'd be cool.
Kojay dropping spoilers, man.
No, it's a hint. It's no, this is from my imagination, man. It is. If you take this to the bank, it will bounce. It's not gonna work. But this is just like what I saw and what I thought. It looks really cool. It's thought provoking.
Kojay getting spoiler visions from the future, man.
Hey, if that is it, shoot, drinks on me. But yeah,
you never know, man. At this point, like I'm not even.
the possibilities are endless, really.
It's not even that. I just don't even really care for the speculation anymore. Like
Oh,
it's
I'm
just
not trying. It's just I just get excited.
like it's just been years. It's been years of like we've niggas speculated this damn movie down to nothing, and built it back up again. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, like, so it's like at this point, I just want it's like I just want to watch it at this point, man. Like it could
Yeah,
be
man. I want to watch it. I want to have it. I want to own it. It's gonna be great.
like I do. It's as cool as it is to think of how what Batman is doing and all the nightmare stuff. I really would rather not even like. Mm, I'm just ready to see it play out at this point. Like everyone's like, yeah, what if Joker's face got cut off and he put it back on in the comics? It's cool, right, bro? Like, it would be cool if I could watch the Snyder cut right now. That would be cool. Like,
I feel you.
I'm on a high right now. Like, you feel me? Like I'm just not even. You feel me? Like, I'm just really really ready to to get this shit going. Like at this point, I don't care how many. I'm not trying to speculate on how many slashes Wonder Woman takes and how many bitches Aquaman fucks and how many uppercuts Darkseid lays down. Doesn't matter to me at this point. I'm just let's just get this shit going. You know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about it no more.
I feel your shit. No, the best way to experience a film, in my opinion, is like Bruce Lee style, like empty your mind. It's like as soon as the
Exactly.
movie starts, my mind is blank, and I just focus on everything happening because I just kind of want to be in the moment. I don't want to plan 3 steps ahead. I just want to enjoy the ambiance of the scene, the performance in front of us, and the music behind it. I want to absorb it all in the moment. If I think ahead, I miss all that.
Because the Joker image is cool, and I do want to sit there and think like, oh, what could it be? But then once I see it, I'm like, all right, he's not gonna show us it. Yeah, then fuck it. I don't even care.
Yeah, I'll be good. It's not gonna ruin my day. What ruins my day is when I see something's bad and it's worse, and where it is bad. I'm like, oh, that's
like,
bad.
all I know is I think it's gonna be flames. You feel what I mean? I think that but at first I wasn't really completely sold on the dystopian Joker idea, but I like the look that they're going with and the direction they're taking it. If it was gonna be like a bunch of leather jackets and spiked weapons and stuff, then I don't know if I would like that. But
You might as well call him Lobo.
yeah, but
What was that Batman show? The one done by the creators of Teen Titans? They kind of did the Batman, and Joker looked like freaking Lobo.
Yeah. But I do like the concept of what you said, that maybe he could have tried to put himself back together somehow. And also you have to realize, we don't really know how long he's been, surviving, fighting, whatever's been going on. And he's wearing some type of surgical outfit and surgical gloves. So it's either that he could have maybe had someone else maybe did surgery on him, or maybe he could have did surgery on himself, or maybe something. Maybe there's really nothing wrong with his face. Maybe his face. Maybe he's just kind of like this. Looks a little bit older and has a bit more scars, and he just looks different, like slightly. You know what I'm saying? It does seem like he's balding, but even with that, like that's what I mean. Just
No, he'd
gotta
be
wait.
older, so that kind of makes sense.
Kind of just gotta wait and see. Plus, what I do know is he's gonna have long hair. That's one thing it's not gonna be like long as hell, but because Jared Leto hasn't cut his hair, like he has this big thing about not cutting his hair. Like pretty much all the roles that he's been in, he's had like the same, or he hasn't cut his hair pretty much. So if he is balding, they probably put some skull cap on him or some shit. So that's what I mean. It's like it's a lot of different things that can lead anywhere. It's like at this point, like, man, let me just see the shit already. Apparently he's gonna be in the trailer. So yeah.
Well, I think the trailer is gonna show all the because even like the Batman v Superman director's cut, Ultimate Edition, whatever. I remember ads for that. They just showed a lot of only the new stuff, like never before seen stuff, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, what is that?" That's usually the best thing they got going for in these director's cuts, and I think they'll do the same thing like that too, and that'd be cool. Because there's all this buzz with Jared Leto. He had a film come out recently too, so it would be smart to throw some Jared Leto in there, Joker. Even if it's going to be probably the same amount of time we see him in the trailer, in the film, whatever.
I think the thing with this trailer is that they're definitely going to use this one to differentiate the fact that this isn't a totally, pretty much
it's not Justice League.
And in a way, they should have been marketing it like that anyway. But no offense towards us, but that's kind of more on us, the fans, because we were the ones really marketing, getting this thing out, using the Snyder Cut, so they kind of had to like build off of the narrative that we set. So it's like I'm now moving from being like, all right, releasing this other version to a film, and then getting everybody to understand that this isn't really a director's cut, and it's actually more of the actual version of the film. Like it's actually two different films. Like it's maybe, like I said, maybe it's something that they should have been focusing on more sooner. But I feel like the trailer is gonna have to do a lot of that heavy lifting.
I agree, but I also don't regret.
Even if it means spoiling, things. But hold on a second, man.
Yeah. A little pause and station identification. How are y'all doing tonight? You're now in the hands of your boy Kojay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Taking a peek on Twitter. Nothing special. Nothing new. Now, curious how these videos play here. So I guess I'll play a little trailer because I don't know. My thoughts are going all over the place ever since he just left, and with usually I write off of what 44 says right now, but my mind is now in Snyder Cut trailer mode, honestly. So, in that good vein, let's play a little Snyder Cut trailer from our own channel, my fan one, until 44 gets back, which he will in a few moments. So it should be chill. Super chill.
What is this? A fucking commercial?
Yeah, put a little commercial in.
Wow. Great, good deed.
I was like, hey, why don't we take a little pause in station identification? Remind all these people to check out the Snyder Cut. March 18th on HBO Max and in theaters if you're lucky.
Hopefully. Yeah, because even with the theater thing, there is a part of me that thinks that they might not even want it to be in theaters because they don't even want it, to compete against films that, Wonder Woman 84 didn't do that good at theaters. I'm not trying to say.
Aren't they boasting that it did great? Like it
eh,
was a success?
I feel like just to look at it from the perspective of the Snyder Cut, like to just push it on something like, oh yeah, it could be a gift and a curse. They can put it in theaters and it can bring in enough bread and have enough staying time to maybe make a dent, and
Mm-hmm.
especially with word of mouth and all that, and with theaters needing money, shit like that. But it also can, if it does drop in theaters and if it makes some fucking like abysmal, like you know, unnecessary joke level amount of money, then yeah, and then it'll just be then God obviously they'll just have to just offset it by saying like, well, it was just a limited release anyway, and but the hope is if they do a theatrical release that it can actually bring in a good amount of money to actually be like it was worth the push.
Mm.
But we'll just have to see how that goes. Like we're all about only a quarter through, and 1/4 through March. February, the first week of February, pretty much. So
Yeah.
yeah, like if they don't say so within the next 2 weeks of as far as theaters opening up and all that stuff, I'm kind of leaning towards it not really happening.
Yeah, it might just be those posters, honestly. It's almost like they're treating it like it's like a indie film just going through their studio, under their label. Like they won't do anything. It's like you promote yourselves, we'll just, package it for you and that's it. They don't have anything invested, so they don't care. And it's just kind of a waste of energy too, because they cared a lot to make something shitty. So when there is an actual demand and all this stuff that's lining up, and there's a lot of
Well, I say
success
like
in where they kind of wanted to have when they
AT&T,
market, why not just put a little muscle?
like HBO Max, like they're all promoting it. It's just Warner Brothers that's isn't promoting it, really.
Yeah, that's nerve wracking, man.
But it's like even with that, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of saying there's one more week until it's a month away. So maybe they don't want to blow their load yet. But after this fucking first trailer drop, second trailer drop was good, yo. I'm Sherry K. I hope I said that right. But
Shree K, what's up? Good seeing ya.
but yeah, once that second trailer drop, if they don't go into overdrive after that, then because maybe they really didn't have much they really couldn't show much the first trailer behind, but I really do think with this time that I also think there's a reason why they even showed certain things like Dark Side and even the Justice League tower or the Hall of Justice being destroyed is because I feel like they did want to have a little bit of in there, but I do think with this next trailer that even if it means ruining some things, that they are gonna have like something that's really gonna get people talking and images swirling and things being said about the film coming out. So we just have to, and plus on top of that, if they're just waiting a month,
Mm-hmm.
waiting a week to push for a full month, it would make sense. You just gotta hope that it's just 4 weeks of fucking a bunch of corporate promotion and they do their thing, they try hard, whatever, But if they don't do it like that, then I will definitely go get behind and say they on some bullshit, and they're not really trying to promote it like that.
Yeah, and I'm feeling that they already are on bullshit. I'm kind of really disappointed already at this point. I mean, maybe Super Bowl will be a time they can surprise us.
I honestly, I didn't really put too much bets on the Super Bowl because, for one thing, like Warner Brothers and all that, they never did that anyway. They never
Wait, what
really
about the 2 Super Bowl commercials for BVS?
were there.
Yeah, the ones that Zack Snyder filmed, the one with Turkish Airways, where it was like
Yeah, but
Bruce Wayne.
those weren't trailers that premiered. You feel me? They didn't premiere any like for the first time premiered a BVS on a Super Bowl trailer. Super
No,
Bowl,
just those trailers were exclusive to Super Bowl. Like it
but
was some kind of
but
special.
even that Bruce Wayne commercial wasn't like that was a commercial more than a trailer. I'm talking about the trailer. You feel me?
Ah, I see what you mean.
Like an actual like when have they done that? Like they didn't
That's a good point.
like that's why I didn't. I'm like if it was on HBO Max. I'll put some stock into it, and you still never know because that like Snyder still hasn't said when the trailer about to drop. So like we're just assuming that it's going to be on Valentine's Day. For all we know, it could drop. It could still drop on at the Super Bowl or on Super Bowl Sunday, whatever, which is tomorrow, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, it's just like, man, I didn't really put too much stock into that anyway. That's the whole thing. It was just like not to say it's not worth it, but it's just like. It's not just it's really just not something they do, really. it would be cool, you feel me? And to us it would be cool, but it's just like it wasn't and it's not like a loss that it's not happening. Like oh man, they're not gonna play that this year. Like, yeah, it would definitely put it in a lot of people's faces, but I think
It's not going to break our hearts, really.
yeah. The thing is that HBO Max claims to have 17 million subscribers, I think, right now, and we'll probably get more when this shit drops and leading up to like March and in March. You know, it really just has to be a thing where they just gotta put this shit in front of people's faces on the app. If it comes down to that, and this shit is out, and this shit is not on the top of the app, I don't know what the fuck to say. At that point, I just be like, man, we just gotta spam watch this shit and make this shit, the biggest shit ever without these fuckers. Really, what it
Yeah,
is.
and what's funny is that's not even work. I do that anything with anything I love, and this is the highest thing that I'm into. I'm gonna be like watching it all the time, regardless, and I'm gonna be celebrating it and talking about it with joy, regardless. So it's like the success is just gonna happen on my end for sure. I know a bunch of people too.
Now we got a strike.
Oh, whoops. Huh.
Kojay playing all these commercials, man.
I didn't know we got a strike. Wow. Thanks for letting us know.
I don't even know how to check that stuff.
Yeah. Wow. All right, cool. Well, at least they care.
Yeah, they care, bro. In reality, we don't really even give a fuck. So whatever.
Yep.
Thank you, though.
Oh, stream unavailable. Oh, they Kevin Smithed us, so we're still gonna be here after it, I think. Or not.
Oh, so they took the stream offline.
Yeah. Oops.
Kojay's fault, man. So
Yep.
how was he able to send that message to us then? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm trying to jump in this and see what happened. No, it says we're still live. Yeah, this is what happened on the Kevin Smith thing. They They had a blackout for a second, and then they came back on, and that I think that was during DC Fandom. They were whatchamacallit, they were watching DC Fandom from their show, or they were having a podcast about the trailer, and then they played it, and then it was just like all blacked out, and then came back on when it was over.
So they fucking black bagged us off the internet.
Yeah,
Wow.
for a little bit. Yeah, Umshri says now we are live. Dang, so that was like it was playing twice. So sorry, that was like 6 minutes of y'all missing out on some cool shit we said.
It was
We just
Kojay's fault.
yeah. So that knowledge, that that revelations that we had, it's only going to be available to us. So hopefully it'll come out in some shape or form soon.
I don't click the buttons. I just sit here.
Yeah, that was totally my bad. I thought to enhance the experience, but I guess we cannot even do that. But it's okay. Did not mean to. Apologies.
But yeah, either way. That second trailer, I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be. I just never thought it was gonna be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I always thought it was just gonna be on that date, 2/14.
Well, the Super Bowl's on the 7th or 8th. I think if it would have came a week earlier, then it could have dropped on Super Bowl day. But since it's not, but at the same time, they dropped the Godzilla versus Kong trailer, and it seems like there might only be one. They might do another one like right before release, but no, they'll probably will. I think about it.
Yeah, I think they have to. It's just smart.
Yeah, because with the next trailer, I think they're going for. I believe what Snyder's saying. They might just have like a blowout promo planned, where they're gonna drop the next trailer. They'll probably start tomorrow with the countdown or something, with some images or whatever for the next trailer, and everything. Get the hype going. Drop the next trailer, and then booming. And Snyder been buzzing too. Snyder Cut been training like every day for like a week now.
Yeah, one of my buddies who's outside the movement, I was chopping it up with him yesterday, and he even says like, "Yo, every day I hear some or read something in the news about your Snyder Cut," and he says, "Yo, congratulations, that's great. Whenever I see it, I get hyped because I know everything you shared." And I was like, "All right, cool." And he's not even dropped a dime in our movement, but because he's just not that type of guy. But he has that respect and love and intrigue, and he's definitely gonna watch it day one. And there's many people like that I know.
Regardless of what Snyder does after this, he's gonna have a lot of stock, man. Trust me, because I don't even want to look at it like as from a DC director type thing, but it's just like he's buzzing way more than every director that's directing for DC right now. He's like completely out of their leagues. You feel me? Like he's a way in a different league above them at this point. You feel me? Like James Gunn be sitting here talking all this shit on Twitter all the time, talking about stuff, and yeah, people do engage and chop it up with him. He gets his likes, and Zack Snyder even pop up on Twitter. You feel me? Zack
He's
Snyder.
not even on Twitter, and he's like outdoing a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If he even pops up, you feel what I mean? How the whole shit's exploding every time. Drops one image, doesn't even say anything. You feel me? Remember when he smashed on Scott Mendelson? It's like,
even Scott Mendelson was doing backflips.
So it's like I haven't lost faith completely at all. Yeah, I do still think that, especially with this week rolling out. That's why I wanted to do the source wall today anyway, so we can get a nice chill source wall while nothing's fucking going on. A lot of stuff did happen since the last time we did it anyway, so we could chop it up about that because I already know by this week, building up to this shit and everything, they're gonna drop the trailer. It's probably gonna be more shit, and then after the trailer, it's gonna be even more shit. You feel me? We're gonna be in a week, pretty much being the final crunch. So,
That's true.
like, it'll be interesting to see what images they drop. Probably a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, whatever. I think they'll probably hold the Nightmare. I know everybody's hyped for the Nightmare stuff. I don't even know what to be hyped for.
I want to see some footage of some action sequences and choreography of a battle or something. That's what I want to see.
I feel like part of me hasn't even really. I kind of accepted that this shit is even really real. It's even happening. That's how I'm not even sure. Like,
It doesn't feel real, bro. I still feel like it's not coming out. It's like I'm too used to it not coming out.
I'm gonna start watching.
It's unreal. It's coming out.
Trying to tell you, I'm gonna break down like the first fucking 10 seconds of the movie when that shit start up. Well, not
Bro,
really.
I'm watching this with a towel. I'm gonna be a mess.
I'm just playing it cool right now. I'm in some weird psychological state when
Dude, I feel you. I'm like obsessing over my Snyder fighters right now to keep me sane, else I'm gonna explode with like, oh shit. The Snyder's coming out.
It'll be cool to see like a history lesson, it'll be cool to see a lot to say, really. You saying? Like,
yeah, man. Shit. This is too exciting. I'm gonna explode. It's crazy. Like in the chest. It's like, oh, it's weird. It's like, It's like the anticipation of going on your favorite roller coaster after not going on it for a long time that you forgot what it's like, but you have an idea and you are going to like it because it's your favorite roller coaster. It's the best way I could describe it.
Coaster of all time.
Right? Man, that's what the anticipation for a Snyder Cut feels like for me. That roller coaster. And it's cool. Roller coasters semi terrify me too, so there's an extra thrill to it. So the film being gritty and mature for its rating guarantees that. So this is definitely the roller coaster, my favorite roller coaster, and I can't wait, man. Woo-hoo. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Oh, hold on a second.
I'm not gonna play no trailer. But I want to say something when I was looking at those trailers. It's about the frame. Oh yeah. I know some people don't like the whole full frame thing or whatever. Doesn't bother me. It's whatever it was intended to be. However, you can zoom in on your TV screen. It's usually not from your player or your Blu-ray player or whatever, or your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever, but it's from your TV setting. I believe you can switch it to zoom in on something if you must fill the screen. You know what I mean? So it's not the end of the world if you're bothered by the IMAX full frame aspect ratio. I guarantee the film will be so beautiful you won't even know. Case in point. Now I'm a Michael Jackson fan of his music and dancing and music videos. Now, I noticed that they are not all in the same frame, yet they're equally captivating. You know what I mean? You look at Remember the Time, Smooth Criminal, Stranger in Moscow. I think that's full frame. Scream, whatever. Black or White, even that's full frame. I think. Thriller. I think that was widescreen. So, but they all have the same impact, So the frame is just whatever I think complements what is supposed to be presented. So I think the aspect ratio is never a problem. It could be whatever it wants to be. And yeah, it's the quality of the storytelling, not the aesthetics.
I'm teaching motherfuckers about aspect ratios right now.
Well, I was just trying to film the space till you return because I don't want to play a commercial with a music video or fan trailer and get another strike. See, I learned my lesson. Oh, you're gone. Oh, okay. We will probably end this. So if anyone's in the chat, I'm sure if you're still there, you have any question or something you want to say? Because I think we are getting close to ending the show. We didn't plan to go too long. I think like animated movie length. Animated movie. I'll have to say my favorite DC animated movie is Superman on. Okay, it's a tie between Superman Unbound and Superman Batman Apocalypse. Personally, you got a favorite?
They're pretty much equal, really.
Yeah, I just love those two. But I do love the Lauren Montgomery films. The one she did Wonder Woman, she did Green Lantern, and she did Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. Watching those three in order is sick because she's a good director. But she had issues with Warner Brothers because they kept trying to change her story or give her shit with how Superman, Batman, Apocalypse was going to be. She really wanted to be a Supergirl story, which it is or whatever. But she fought for certain things and lost, and I haven't seen her work for DC since. And she's like one of their better directors. I think I always suspect that she went through a little Zack Snyder thing.
Yeah, I think
Because
some
her
people.
films are solid, man. And she directed 1/3 of Superman Doomsday. That was directed in 3 parts by 3 different directors: Bruce Timm, her, and someone else. I forgot who. Jay Oliva, was it? I forgot.
Some people just move on now.
It is true.
At
But
the
I
same
remember she made complaints
time,
and she was like fed up.
she made what?
No, she was fed up with their issues or them like micromanaging or something. I have to look back again.
Plus, that was kind of late. That was kind of in the later days too.
Yeah.
Was, they made those films. That was like towards the end of the. I think the 10 verse may have been either over or about the end.
Yeah, because that's when he went to do Green Lantern, I think, the CG one.
Yeah.
And then that's when it kind of segued over to that kind of. There are a few other films that came out, but then it was the Justice League War that came not too long after that. And then there was that whole New 52 MCU kind of DC animated universe.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, so she's from that good old DCEU energy animated universe.
Nah, I like the early, DC animated films.
Hell yeah.
I like that they were kind of more standalone, but also kind of took more stronger focus on the comics that they were based on.
Exactly. Superman Unbound was fantastic. I love that one. I thought I wouldn't because at first I saw the animation and it looked like they were at first it came off to me like a cheesy easy version of like a Saturday morning cartoon, kind of like No Shade Thrown, but Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, kind of like taken down a notch, but the quality of the film does not give that at all. It's a pretty smooth, well done film, even though they have like extreme elongated body parts. Like they almost look like Pixar characters, like the jaw is super long, like ridiculously, and he's thin.
I think that they're going for pretty much a new cinematic universe. Animated universe because they just did the Justice Society World War II.
That one looks kind of weird. Looks like cut out stickers.
Yeah, it's like
it's too flat. I'm having issues with that.
It's really the same universe as the Man of Tomorrow too, so they're definitely sticking with this direction that they're going with. with these new films. You know,
I can't hang. I mean, some of the stuff is all right.
trying to make
It's
one
the style is off-putting to me.
they're
I'll have
trying
to
to make
see it
one
when I'm
role
in the mood.
Captain America type character that was like a leader of the JSA.
Oh, is that what that's about?
Yeah,
Ah,
it's whatever. I'm not
I have
really.
to be in the mood for that style though. And if I like that style, I'm more in favor of like the style of like Samurai Jack. If it's like really two-dimensional, shape-driven type of animation, at least the lines around Samurai Jack and like the artists who did the first Clone Wars, at least the lines weren't so heavy. It was like off-putting. This one, it's like way too heavy, the outlines, and it's kind of weird. It's like a bad filter. I don't know. It's just hard for me to get into it. I have to be in the mood one day.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the first one, Man of Tomorrow. It was whatever. It wasn't as bad as the new 52 stuff. I can say that.
Oh, it's better than that. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was definitely better
All
because the
right,
new
that's cool then.
52 stuff was just booty all around, man. Like, I would say that
I
I would
did
bet
like Death and Return of Superman. That was all right.
Man of Tomorrow is an improvement. Like Death of Superman, no, I didn't really like that Superman. Like Reign of the Superman was all right, but then after Reign of the Superman, they just go back to the same old stupid shit they've been doing.
Mm.
It's like it depends on if you just want to watch that stuff, you know. I'm not really into getting into anything really DC until the Snyder Cut drops. I'm really just like on pause with them.
I feel you. That's how it was with the movies. Like until they released the Snyder Cut, I had no problem pausing their live action movies like Birds of Prey and all that. I still haven't seen that shit. I still haven't seen Shazam. I can't even think about that because I know going in because even when I saw Joker, all I could think was comparisons to okay, well, why is Snyder Cut not out? And this is, it's just it takes me out of the film, and I don't want to do that to the film or myself. But also at the same time, it does look whack too. So I'm saving two birds with one catch.
Yeah. None of them I guess I don't even want to say that the movies just don't have incentive to watch because even though they're not connected to anything, doesn't really shouldn't even matter. It's really just that they're just not good in general.
Mm. And that's a shame.
Like they try. I'm sure there's just people that like them, but I'm not going back to check Shazam.
Yeah.
Shazam, Birds of Prey. I still haven't watched Birds of Prey.
I thought you did.
No, I watched it. Like I watched bits of it. I tried, but I couldn't get through that shit. So I don't technically. I would technically count myself watching something unless I watch it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Like I've tried. I trained, but it's like I did not legitimately watch that movie. I can't. Can barely make it past the whole animated sequence beginning and the egg sandwich and all that. Done, like man, it's like no. But I've watched enough of it to know what's going on. Like I just do think that it may have just even benefited Marvel just to be. I mean, benefited DC just to be a little bit like Marvel in that sense to have some connective tissue to actually a foundation to work off of. Maybe some films that came before it that were supposed to be used to set up the grander universe that was gonna come after. Uh,
Mm.
Clearly, I'm talking about Man is Steel on BBS and
Yeah, yeah.
that, but like I said, they just did one the Suicide Squad. It's like I feel like they just abused the DCEU. They didn't even really once Snyder left, they didn't even really try to keep shit in order. So it doesn't even matter.
That's disappointing.
But
It
either
also
way,
just shows how much good work Snyder did. on his own.
Oh, I just thought about too.
What's that?
Apparently Amber Heard did come back to do additional photography, right?
Oh, really?
I'm not really sure about that, but
That's the first I'm hearing of it. I've kind of been. I guess
I
I'm
think
out of loop if I don't know that.
gonna be is Mira's gonna be in the nightmare sequence, or Mira's gonna be, in the nightmare, universe.
Hmm.
I don't know how true that is, but I would be interested to see, that comes of all this. That's really what my focus is. We're close, you know. I'm having my chill, lax week about it now. But after this, you feel me? I'm gonna be fucking backflipping planet Earth. We're hyped.
I know, man. I will too. I will too. It's gonna be great. That favorite roller coaster, you know what I mean? I think that's a good note to end it on. What do you think? Anything else you want to say, man? Oh, you got a call. But you heard me. But yeah, like I said, that roller coaster analogy, that's pretty much what it is. For me on this end, I'm excited for the movie coming out. And wow, it's a long, hard road. Long one.
Hold on a second, man. I'll be right back.
All right. See, you before when we do these shows, audience out there, um, we would pre-record it, so we could stop, handle stuff, and then resume where we left off, and then just splice it all together. We'll still do those. It's just that this is kind of nice because it's if we want to portray something and put it out ASAP or in the moment, or if it fits the moment, we could do it live, and then bam, it's right there. Because sometimes we'll record it and it'll come out the next day or that night or 2 days later, just depending on time with all uploading and editing together and life in general. So yeah, that's why there's sometimes breaks, if you know. But don't worry, I am a chatterbox. Back to whatever talk we were saying, it's just what we're waiting for. See, I feel 44 because it's excitement is a lot. And how I'm calling is, for what is for the stuff I do on my channel. So doing that, being creative on there, is helping me contain myself and contain the hype and save it for that moment. Because I will say this, I was so filled with wonder and hope that I would get like a fantastic Superman story with action at a Star Wars level, but with a lot of heart in how the character is and the world around it. Like it's not slapstick. But I really love that Lord of the Rings like mesh between fantasy and reality, like Grit, and there's still like beautiful, hopeful kind of adventure that is there. So for me, Man of Steel did that from the beginning with the music and the opening titles and logos. And I freaking love that movie experience from beginning to end. Rewatching it, I feel, like you rewatch any movie you love, you have a good time. But that first time you saw the movie that you love so much for the first time is just like, it's like so cool. It's so one of a kind experience. It's like you can only have it that moment. So I know what I'm expecting when I go to see a Zack Snyder film, especially one that is pure or 100% his vision, no cuts like BVS. I really like BVS, but when I saw the Ultimate Edition, I fell in love with that film because everything that because when I saw BVS, I thought it was fantastic, great in theaters, the theatrical. But as soon as I still loved it, but there were a few more things I was like, oh, I wish they had time with to do this or do something more with this, or at some parts it felt a little rushed and it was awkward. But when I saw the Ultimate Edition, it fit perfectly. And I love that movie just as much as Man of Steel. But Man of Steel, I loved it in one sitting in one go. So with Snyder Cut coming, I think it's going to be at that same brilliance that I find in the Director's Cut Ultimate Edition BVS, combined with that beautiful first time experience with Man of Steel, as a film lover would, say it or explain it as I'm saying. I think that's going to be all together for Snyder Cut.
All that was so deep. So proud of you, man.
Hey, man, it's just good tequila too.
The way you express yourself, it was like poetry.
Really? Oh, you're making me turn red. My mask was blue. So, thanks, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I was here for like the last 2-3 minutes just letting you ramble on.
For real?
I wonder how long he's gonna go.
Oh, dude, I was just trying to. I took pauses. I was like, "Is he coming back?" Oh no. Okay, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, I know it was torture. I could feel the torture.
Well played, man. Because I didn't know I had that in me. It was kind of. I was like, "Oh shit, when are you gonna shut up, Kojay? Let's keep going. Let's not back out now. I ain't no bitch."
I was really pause. I was like, is he gonna stop at any point? Like, no, he's still going. The whole sermon already. Okay. Well,
Oh
now
man,
might as well let him finish. Check my text messages real quick.
man, we're like real life anime characters, in those high school ones where it's all like, there's moments like that, and then the person turns the corner and is like, "Oh yeah, I was here the whole time." What? And then there's the expression.
Yeah, I don't watch too
Funny.
many animes like that, but I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch
The
Demon.
girls I know and the girls I date tend to watch a lot of those high school ones, and
Actually, you know what's so funny? I was trying to watch Demon Slayer recently, right?
yeah,
And I made it to like I think like close to one of the last episodes, right? And throughout this whole shit, I'm watching this show. I'm like every other episode I watch, I'm like falling asleep. I can barely get through this shit. It's not a bad show or whatever, but
no. And then you wake up and then you're really lost. You're like, "Whoa,
I don't
something
really
happened."
care for anime right now. It's like whatever. But either way, I make it to the end, right? And then I realized that I had already watched this show. And I had forgot. That's how much I didn't even like it the first time I watched
Whoa,
it. Once I made it to a certain episode, I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. And then I had like,
whoa! It was
like
mind wiped.
it was like a whole fucking like flashback of like shit. And then all of a sudden, all the episodes came back. I'm like, oh wait, now I think about it, I watched this whole shit already.
That's happened with me with a few movies from the '80s. That's for sure.
And I'm just like, I just stopped watching it. I'm saying, man, whatever. But lately, I just been watching shit just to kill time. Just to be like, man, I don't even like. There's not really anything really lit or popping out right now.
Should we watch Babylon 5? I might just do that.
Oh, you watch Babylon 5? Like, no, I'm not. I'm not invested into a space opera right now. Can't do it.
Oh,
Too much. And that's like hella seasons and movies and everything.
but hey, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff though.
I've been watching samurai movies. That's what I've been watching.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna start watching that Lone Wolf and Cub. They have 6 movies of them on HBO Max, and I'm gonna enjoy watching those back to back.
I fucking skimmed through Gotham. I really just put on Gotham as background noise and
I'm finishing rewatching Krypton with my sister. That's going cool.
watching Gotham a second time was cracking on them. Like, man, they did so much dumb shit in that show. But it was still all right. Whatever.
But that's your jam. Nothing wrong with that.
About that show was the fucking violence. Really, I like the violence, and I like how everybody's a fucking gangster or a fucking corrupt cop or something.
No. Well, given the drama, CW, whatever. But
CW never went that hard in their life. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Different category of CW. CW never went that hard, and Gotham was shooting people in their face, point blank. Like Riddler used to shoot people in their face point blank. Like, and every time I see that shit, it's still mad funny. I'm like, bro, niggas be wilding. Like, bro, you just crazy
Yeah.
blew his brains out crazy, like for no fucking reason. Like the CW they just never did stuff like that. They still don't. Like even in the final season when fucking one of the funniest jokes was when fucking when Penguin kills Magpie and fucking he had set her trap for her with like a shotgun with his buckshot shotgun and clearly she got caught. She got shot and she was about to die anyway. Like you feel me?
Oh
And then
dang.
he shot her again like 5 times in the face, and then fucking Catwoman, who pretty much Selene is not really Catwoman yet, but Cena's like, yeah, what the fuck? She wasn't the buckshot in her stomach enough, and he's like, you know who
Oh Lord.
the people who fucking steal from me. I'm like, oh my god, these motherfuckers OD violent. Like,
Dang.
but I like that type of shit. Like I watched both seasons of Happy. You know what I mean? Just because that shit had just fucking extra crazy shit in it, but.
Yeah.
As far as it being, the top notch Batman thing, it could have been a lot better. But there's a lot of things I also feel like they
It
should
had a
do.
lot of good stuff in it.
But I did like all the bang bang Tommy gun Gotham stuff. I loved all that shit.
That's what's up, man. Hey, magic's still the magic is that.
The Mob War in the beginning was fire. If they just kept the show more like that, it would have been fire.
Dude, that was awesome. I love that first season.
With Falcone and Maroni and stuff, all that stuff was good. Like with Fish Moon and all that stuff was good. It wasn't until like season 3 where shit started getting real trash.
Yeah, I like season 1 and 2, and I fell off on season 3, and
yeah,
I was just
then
in and out.
season 4 and 5 are good, but season 3 is when they really fucked up everything.
Damn.
Because season 3 was obvious that it was like because they claim it's gonna be a Gotham show, but like even with shows like this, even with Smallville, they can't help themselves but to dip into, you feel what I mean, like Batman comics and lore, because it's like, all right, we're gonna do everything we can to make this a Batman thing without actually using Batman, and it probably just would have worked better if it was just a show about Gordon, and
Right?
I felt like that was enough. That was enough for me. Like the dynamics of like all the non-metahuman characters and even certain characters like like I said, Maroni, Falcone, Fish
It
Moon.
feels too premature.
Yeah, Penguin. Yeah, once they started introducing fucking like characters like Mr. Freeze, that's when they started jumping the gun heavy.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, Clark knew Aquaman in Smallville in high school. Oh, that's
But the way I look at it,
it's
once it
convenient.
I suspend disbelief at that point. I'm just like, man, whatever.
Yeah. Then you just go along for a ride, and you're like, all right, cool. They lost it, so let's see where this goes.
Yeah,
Kind of like the
exactly.
Resident Evil films. That's how you enjoy those.
Exactly. They lost me at season 2. That's when I pretty much threw out like, all right, this is not really following any type of thing that makes sense anymore. So I'm not gonna act like it is,
Right.
But I will say this: like Gotham does have one of the best iterations of Alfred that's probably ever been put to screen, which is kind of fucking weird. And Gordon was actually kind of good in that show.
I like Gordon, yeah.
They ruined him by season 3 by making him like mad corrupt in certain stuff, in certain aspects. But Alfred, in a weird way, was like one of the best Alfreds. Like probably up there with even like BBS Alfred, and probably he's one of the he's top 3 really. Like he was fucking motherfuckers up on that show.
Mm-hmm.
That Alfred was like the only character that they didn't. That's so weird to say that. That's the only character they didn't do dirty or didn't like. I wouldn't say like get wrong or kind of like step on a little bit. Like like Alfred kind of played his role, but he got a lot of cool moments and he never got like dogged out. Like whereas there's a lot of moments where young Bruce like kind of comes off like too much of a pussy, and like I said, there's a lot of moments where Gordon just doesn't come off like Gordon. He comes off too much like Bullock. You know what I mean? Like and other things of that nature. Obviously, Mr. Freeze even being in the show. Period.
Right.
Stuff like that. But there was definitely, I would say Alfred was probably the character that they got 100% right.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's true. I like Jeremy Irons a lot, but you are right, because There's something he nails better. I think I get more of the MI6 background with Gotham Alfred than BVS Alfred.
That's gonna be interesting what Jeremy Irons Alfred does in Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we got a good amount of them in BVS as far as
Yeah, I
story.
love him. He's great.
He kind of falls off towards the end of the movie though. As far as appearances, I think when was the last time you really see Alfred? I think it was during the third act, like during when they fought.
No, he was in
Dead.
the Batcave on the Wi-Fi, talking to him on Skype to Batman in the Bat
Yeah,
Years about
that
that's it.
was I think. So
I don't remember him at the funeral. I have to go back and watch.
and then from what I even think too, there's really only a few scenes I can think of that might appear in the Snyder Cut, So,
He kind of always had that rap though,
but but Alfred
except the Nolan films. He got a lot of Alfred.
he's an older Alfred, so I feel like he's gonna play more of a old school Alfred, more old school logistics type guy, Alfred. So
Yeah.
I don't expect much from him, but I kind of already, based on what I've seen, I kind of see more what he's gonna bring to the table. But that's it. You never know.
Did you hear someone had a theory about Alfred from the Tim Burton films? Because you do see him at the end of the movie. So what I said was kind of stupid. It's like the Tim Burton films are actually about Alfred, not Batman. That's why as he's getting older, he's slipping away. So he looks like Val Kilmer at one stage, and then things get a little bit crazier towards the end because he's just going through something, passing on. It was pretty cryptic, but in a weird way, he's the only guy who's consistently cast in all the films, and the films do take a crazy direction. Did you go on mute again? But hey, man, I'm good to end the show whenever you are. So I guess when you get back, we'll have you have the last word.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say or add, or because I think I have to get going soon because I hear my niece needs me.
Yeah, I mean.
So, what do you want to close the show with?
What shall we ended on this time? Honestly, this was the boring one anyway. So,
but I had fun.
Yeah, it was chill.
Yeah,
Trailer's coming out next week. There was a few. That's why I don't really even jump the gun even talking about a lot of this stuff because people overhype. I don't say it's not cool, but they overhype it anyway. Like the posters were cool,
yeah,
and the images were cool and all that. But like I said, I am at the point where I'm ready for the next trailer, ready to just watch the movie at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to just sit in my seat now and press play. Honestly. So yeah, other than that, there really is nothing else.
I'll definitely do my part to keep the hype going, but I am here to just, trying to enjoy the ride as well. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
But yeah, final word on you, man.
All right.
Any hashtag you want to, shamelessly plug? That's not, honestly.
No, just freaking watch this Snyder Cut. God damn it. That's all.
Oh, fucking yeah.
That's all that matters.
Anybody who's still left watching, I know this stream wasn't as entertaining as the last, but hey, go smoke some weed and go fuck some bitches in. If you want better entertainment. Either way, hope you have a good night though. Anyone still here?
Yep. Everyone be safe. Much love and release the
Hopefully, we there
snark.
on March 18th to enjoy the film with us too. You know, and we'll try to do at least one or two more of these before release. Probably one.
Yeah, I feel one, maybe two, but definitely one.
Probably just do one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do last mature thing and then call night with some tequila and maybe watch Man of Steel or whatever. But y'all have a good night and yeah, see you next episode.
Peace.